today we have very amazing person with me. He's my senior Ayush Bhaiya, and he is a very good web developer and an example for all of us who thinks that if we are bad at CP, we won't get any job, because he got all his internships and his jobs through web development and Android development. So let's talk to him and get the tips and tricks to be a Android developer. Hi Ayush Bhaiya.
Hello Kushbu. Hello everyone, my name is Ayush, as you already know, and currently I'm working at CureFit as a software engineer. I recently graduated my college in 2019 from Maharaja Surajmal Institute of Technology, and since then had worked in Urban Class, and I recently switched jobs in just before the pandemic actually. I recently switched jobs, and now I'm working at CureFit. So apart from my regular day job, I also, blog a lot on my website, ayush.com, where I talk about everything related to development and no competitive coding. So as you can see, I'm not in support of competitive programming since the beginning. So you can find lots of stuff there. And I also run an online community for Android developers called Androidville, where we share tips related to Android development, jobs, internships, and whatnot. And I'm glad to be a part of this talk. Thank you, Kushbu, for having me.
Thanks a lot for coming, Bhaiya. Okay, all the links to his websites are in the description so that you can check them out. And let's talk about his journey. So, Ayush Bhaiya, how did you start it, and what were the first internship you get, and how did you manage to grab that internship?
So actually, it's quite an interesting story. The first internship that I got was from Internshala, and it was not actually in Android development. It was in web development.
Okay.
So when I was just joined college, I was, infatuated with websites and technology.
Mm-hmm.
But as I dived deeper into web development, I thought it was of no use to anybody if I didn't post it online. Like I couldn't get my friends to use it if I didn't post it online. So then I decided to do something which I can actually use and get my friends to use as well. And developing Android apps is first of all cheap, and second of all you get an account which lasts with you for lifetime. Like the Google Play account that you get, it's there for your lifetime. So I thought nothing gets better than this. And since then I've been into Android development. I did my first internship in Android development at Religious Cart. Then I did my internship at Athlon, and since then I've been into Android only. So I did my first internship in the second year of my college. So since I started college in 2015, so you can say at the mid of 2017, I did my first internship in web development.
Great.
So the 2-month gap that you get between each semester, that's the correct time to pursue internship.
Okay, that's great. So, were there any projects that you had on your resume that helped you to get the internship?
Yeah, actually quite a lot. So as you already know, I'm not a big believer of competitive coding, and I do not myself do a lot of competitive coding. I'm not at all saying that it's not important. It was just not for me, because I believe in doing something. I believe in building products which have a UI whose result I can see on the screen directly. So I was a lot more intrigued by that. So I had a couple of Android apps that I developed as a hobby project, and I had posted them on Play Store. So I was able to include that early on in my resume, and that made a huge difference when I was compared with other candidates who were either just starting out in development or were starting out in competitive coding. So since I had made up my mind so early, I was able to work on projects and include them in my resume as well.
That's great. So, what are the tips you want to give to college students, maybe in the first year, second year, or third year, that want to pursue their careers in web development or Android, and they want to get internships, but all the time they only hear is that you only need competitive programming for
Yes.
the internship. So,
Correct. So I believe if I can get an internship at one of the good startups in India, being from not an IIT or an NIT or the cream, the top tier colleges that they say.
Yeah.
If I can get an internship, anyone can do that. And being in the first and second year is the golden period of your life. Like you can try out 10 different things in 1 year, and you can still have a lot of time on your hand to pursue of one particular direction. See, there is no easy way of finding out what do you love, right? You cannot say ki I love web development or I love Android or I love competitive coding in the first year of college itself. You don't know what competitive coding is unless you have been into competitive since 1 or 2 months. You haven't had the taste of it. And similarly, you don't know if web development or Android is correct for you. So as my example, I gave you that in the initial days, I also didn't know I was interested in Android. I was doing web development. But over the time, I realized Android will be much more beneficial for me and it is the correct field for me. So my only advice would be try out a lot of different things and don't get stuck in just one niche.
Okay, so Bhaiya, so what are the opportunities one has when talking about web development or Android development or basically the development side?
So you know the opportunities that you have in the official form, like you have internships, you have remote jobs that you can pursue, because remote jobs don't require you to have, the degree. You don't require a degree to do remote jobs. You can get associated with a startup on AngelList. You can directly contact them, and they'll offer you the remote work, the contract work.
Yeah.
Apart from these things everybody knows, but things such as freelancing. Freelancing is a big industry, and when I was in second year of my college, I still remember there was a person who was earning 1.5 lakhs a month. 1.5 lakhs a month just from freelancing.
That's great.
And he had tons and tons of projects to fit on his resume. And I believe if you are not interested in competitive coding, then freelancing is a great way to build a career of your own. You won't have to go into a job in the future. You can just grow your company from there. You can grow yourself from there, and you can take it to a whole new level. There are sites like Upwork, Fiverr, and freelancer.com which give you these opportunities. And apart from that, you get freelancing opportunities on AngelList as well. So if you go into AngelList, there will be a remote work section. So it's kind of a freelancing only. You go there, you filter it by remote work, and you'll get a list of companies who are willing to pay you for a piece of code. So that is a great opportunity that a person who is highly into development can take advantage of. But having said that, I'm not disregarding the importance of data structures and algorithms, because data structures and algorithms have stood the test of time in judging a candidate's preparedness level and how serious he is. They have stood the test of time, and they'll continue to be asked in companies such as Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google, which you call FANG. They continue to ask these types of questions, and they do not rely on questions on Android development or web development. And many startups in India also, like Zomato, Swiggy, and CureFit, Urban Company, they only, in the first round at least, they only ask data structure and algorithms. But having said that, you don't need to be a sport coder. Like, you don't need to be a level 6 coder on platforms such as CodeChef and all. You can be a coder who is familiar with all these questions, who has a good hold over data structures and algorithms, and still crack these interviews. If I tell you from my experience, I wasn't good at data structures and algorithm, but I wasn't very bad. I knew basic linked list and how trees work, and I was able to clear all the interviews because I was really good at Android development. I nailed every Android development question, and so I was able to steer my conversation in a way where my Android development was more focused in the interview than data structures and algorithms. Because the interviewer came to know that this person has a good hold over Android, So why continue to drill him on data structures?
Data structure.
Yes. So you have to be really good at one thing or the other.
One.
Either you be a really good developer, or you be a really good competitive coder. You have to choose one thing, but you cannot disregard the other thing as well.
Mm-hmm. So we got a clear idea that how Android development or basically web development and competitive programming go hand in hand, and
Yes, absolutely.
both have their own importance in their own places, and one can be good at one thing and other can be good at another thing. We don't need to be king of both, but we can jacks of all trade, So
Yes, absolutely.
yeah. So thanks a lot, Bhaiya, to join in and give us so many tips and motivating us to do more freelancing and to do more projects and host them. It was great talking to you.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure coming onto your channel, and just interacting with you has been so good. And the things that you're doing at such an age, I mean, I could not have imagined starting my YouTube channel and all at such an early age. And having not been good at competitive programming, I didn't have the confidence that you possess right now. So kudos to you. All the very best, and have a great future ahead. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, links to all his channels are in description below. Go check that out, and I hope you got all the information you wanted, and I will see you next time. Subscribe to the channel. Bye
Bye.
Yeah, Ayush. Oh, what? Cool.
सही थी. Bloopers भी डाल देना end में.
Sure. इसको छोड़िए. Actually आप इधर हैं. That's why.
हाँ?
मैं इधर देख के बात कर रही हूँ. अब क्या डिस्कस कर सकते हैं? अच्छे ही नहीं होते मतलब.
ब्लूपर अच्छे नहीं होते.
और बताओ.
कितने मिनट की थी ये वाली?